How cool was that, huh?
That was awesome.
Can that kid sing or what?
Yeah.
That was great.
Woo! Bye.
Character. Character. You hear about it all the time. What is it? What does it mean when somebody has good character and when they don't? I can tell you that it is going to be the greatest determining factor in your success. You can have all of the charisma in the world, and that's great. That's a great attribute to have. Charisma can only get you in the door of success, but it's your character that's going to keep you there. There are a bunch of examples, and we'll get into a few of those a little bit later on, of when that goes right and when that doesn't. So what does character mean? If somebody has strong character, what does that look like? Let me hear from you. What do you think?
Integrity.
Integrity. That's a very good piece of it. Very good. Awesomeness. That's good. We'll get a little bit more definition around that in a second.
Confidence.
Confidence.
Honesty.
Honesty.
Determination.
Determination. Trust. I like that one. That is very good. We will come back to that. High five.
Oh, Gage is awesome.
Very good. Very good. Character is the set of qualities that either makes you trustworthy and dependable or not. You see, it works a lot like this. Bank. This is your trust. Every single person that you come in contact with, you have a piggy bank with them. And on a daily basis, in every decision that you make, in everything that you do, you're making deposits. You're building up your trust with that person. The more change that you have in the bank, the better off you're going to be. But Dick talked a little bit earlier tonight about failing. There are going to be times where you mess up. That's okay. But what happens to your bank when you do mess up? I mean, you've spent so much time adding deposits to this bank with somebody. But when things mess up and you break their trust, you just lost a bunch. And so you have to go back to building into it. But if you notice something, it takes a lot longer to build up what you just gave away. Trust is very important in all that you do. And the qualities of your character are what keep it there. We'll go into a few of those in a second, but let me just give a good example of when not only did a little bit come out, but the whole piggy bank was gone. Anybody hear of an athlete by the name of Tiger Woods?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods had a piggy bank that literally had millions of dollars in it, right? Hundreds of millions of dollars in it. Everything was going great for him. He had just won a bunch of tournaments. He was on pace to shatter all sorts of records for majors won for a golfer. He was making hundreds of millions of dollars a year. He had a mega yacht, a beautiful wife, a wonderful little girl. Things were going great, right? And then a few Thanksgivings ago, he crashes his car outside his house. Nobody truly knows why at this point. And not a cheap car at that, by the way. He crashes it, and what happens? People start digging. What's going on here? What exactly is going on? Hey, TMZ can dig up anything about you if it's out there, right?
Yeah. My mom hates it.
They can dig up anything. But here's the key. Don't let there be anything. Because the second they started digging, they found women in all sorts of different towns that he was running around with while he left his wife and his beautiful daughter at home. They found out about all of these rage fits that he was having at home with his family. I mean, all of the skeletons started to come out of the closet. And overnight, because of the different character flaws that he had, his entire piggy bank vanished. He's still trying to make up for it today. And in my opinion, he may not ever get there because of the broken trust that he had. Trust is very, very important in your character. Now, there are people that are going to be coming after you if you have good character, right? We talked a little bit earlier about people seeing others as they see themselves. So if I'm a person that doesn't have very strong character, but I see somebody that does, I want to cut them down. I want to know that they're human, right? At least my definition of what human is, of how I look at myself. Why do you think Tim Tebow has created such a firestorm lately? His character is so impeccable that it's almost unbelievable. And people don't want to believe it. Because character like that makes you look inside yourself and say, if I'm not living up to what he's doing, I'm doing something wrong. People don't want to do that. But we can. We can, and we're challenged to do so. It's not easy, and there are people that will try to cut you down. But you can do it. You have the support of everybody in this room tonight to make a decision to go forward and have strong character. Now, there are 4 main components of character. The first is values. Those are the things that you hold dear to yourself. So, just to give an example, you may hear core values a lot. I'll tell you some of mine. Number 1 is my faith. My walk with God needs to come first and foremost, because when it doesn't, things don't go well. He has a plan for me, and I need to continue to follow it. And I know when I'm not following it. Family. I have some people that I am very blessed to have as my family. Very close to me. They mean the world to me. And I need to live in the sacrifice for them. Service is another one. I didn't get here today and start to live out my dreams by myself. I had some people around me that really built into me and helped me grow into who I am today. Integrity is another big one that was mentioned over here a little bit earlier. I need to do what I said I was going to do when I said I was going to do it. And that's not always easy. Sometimes something bigger and brighter and shinier comes up that I want to do. I can't. If I've already made a promise to one person, I need to stick with it. So those are some of my core values. We're going to do a little bit of an exercise here. You guys in your workbooks have space for a list of 1 through 5. We're going to put up some core value options up here for you to take a look. Now, by no means is this a comprehensive list, but you are more than welcome to feel free to add to it if there's something that's not on here. So, do we have that on the? We're working on that. Core values. Are you guys starting to think of some of those things now? Are there some things that kind of come to mind when you start hearing core values? Integrity came out pretty early. We don't have it. All right. So what we're going to do then, I've listed some between service, integrity, faith, family. Fun is another one that people may value. Spontaneity, being spontaneous, doing things on a whim. I'm not that type of person, but there are a bunch of people that are. So go ahead and think about that. And I think for now, let's just concentrate on our number 1 core value. What is the one thing that we hold dear that we wouldn't want to get rid of? Faith. Very good. Yes.
My talent.
Your talent. Very good. Yes.
Dreams.
Dreams. I love it. Very good. So as you guys are writing those things down, values aren't the only piece of your character. There are 3 more. Your thoughts. Your thoughts have to be in line with what your values are. If you value integrity, but you're constantly thinking of ways to beat the system and to get one leg up on somebody by taking advantage of them, your values and your thoughts aren't in alignment. And it's going to catch up to you. Your feelings are another component of your character. If you value your dreams, but you don't truly feel like you can get there, you're not going to get there. But when you value your dreams, you should feel and think that you're going to get there because you can. And that's why there are people here around you. Like Dick was saying earlier, you need to surround yourself with the people that support you in those things. And last but not least, but in my opinion the most important, are actions. It's what you do. It's one thing to have values, thoughts, and beliefs, but if you don't put them into action, they mean nothing. They're just a bunch of dreams. So tonight after we leave here, you guys have some ideas, you've taken some time to think about some of the things that you hold near and dear to your heart, some of the core values that you have. Take a few minutes over the next couple days and really examine whether your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions are all in alignment. Because when they're not, is when you start to have character issues and character flaws that will catch up with you. But it's when those things are in alignment that things will continue to go well for you, and that your success can be sustained in what you're doing. Now, talent is something that people always look at in success. We talked about charisma earlier. Talent is a part that people really try to hang their hat on. And I'll give another example on that. Talent is never enough for success. It's a great factor, and if you have it, that's fantastic because you're that much closer. But I'm a football person. I really love football. And so I use a lot of sports references. For me, when I hear this, I think of Terrell Owens. Terrell Owens arguably was the most talented wide receiver to ever step foot on a football field. But what has he done with his career? I'm not picking on him, but let's look at him as an example for a second. He had all of the talent in the world, but what happened? When plays weren't going to him, he slacked off. When the team wasn't doing well and he wasn't getting the ball thrown to him, he was crying not only to his coach, but to the media. There were even some times where he refused to go out on the field when the coach told him he was up. He had all of the talent in the world, but his character wasn't there. And as a result, he's been run off by his teammates from almost every single team that he's been a part of. Now, let's go back to Tim Tebow. There are people today that truly believe he shouldn't be a quarterback. He's not talented enough to be a quarterback. But look at what he's doing. It's because of the character that he has. The character that he has can overcome the lack of talent. Now, if you get somebody with Michael Vick type of ability and talent, but with Tim Tebow's character, watch out. Watch out. Because that's when records are broken. That's when things happen. But it's like that every day with us. It's like that every day in what we do. If your values are strong, your thoughts are in alignment with those values, you believe in yourself, and your actions show it, then the rest is great. The rest is going to be great for you. So, I just want to thank you guys for coming out tonight. Because really, the first step in making positive changes in this community and in yourselves is being here. And it's excellent. I'm really glad that you guys are here. But here's the thing. It's time to roll up our sleeves. Nobody's going to get a trophy for being here tonight. The key is about putting it into action. The things that you learned will take you a long way in your life if you choose to live your life that way. And it is a choice. So take those actions. Get out there, roll up your sleeves, lift up the people around you that need it. Stay strong in yourself, because God sees you that way. We talked about it earlier with Jeremiah, right? That passage that we talked about. We have the power here tonight to band together and to really reach out into this community and make some positive changes to some of the things that are going on. And there are other people all around the world that are hearing similar messages tonight. I encourage you to lead the way. You guys can do it. You guys are strong enough. You guys are smart enough. You guys have big enough dreams, and you can live up to those dreams. You just need to choose to. So before we close tonight, I'd like to ask Jeremy to come back up. And this is pretty cool. Chris is going to play with him. So everybody, thank you very much for all that you've done tonight. Let's get out and have